Happy Thanksgiving. Let's flip this. Oh, I kind of love that view for Thanksgiving morning because or I guess early afternoon, because of the leaves and it kind of looks very fall out there. So let's flip this and get started. Hi, Nikki. Hi, JoJo. Hi, guys. Whoa, a little too close for comfort there with that makeup. How are you guys? Happy Thanksgiving. Hi, V. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, I'm so excited to make this. Oh, thank you, Lovey, to make this video for you guys because I have been sharing Adam's top 10 gratitudes, what he's grateful for every Thanksgiving for the last like 6 years, but I've been using the same list for 6 years. So this year, hi, Mama. I'm so happy everyone's here. Happy Thanksgiving. So I'm so happy. This year I asked him to send me another one. I said, listen, I've been doing the same list since you first moved there. I said, things have changed so much. We've grown and evolved. The girls, SPWF, have grown and evolved with us. I said we'd all appreciate a new list. So I am not going to make him do something that I won't do. So I decided to do my gratitude list that I'm going to share with you, my top 10 that I'm grateful for this year, his top 10 that I'm grateful for this year. And then before we go, I want to share some encouraging words because I know how hard, from personal experience, how hard, okay, no problem, Jojo, love you, how hard the holidays are, especially your first holiday without him. So hang on, stay tuned. I will get to that in the end, but I want to do our top 10 gratitude lists for people that have to pop off. Hi, Jojo. Welcome back. So my top 10 for this Thanksgiving, number 1, I got you, Nikki. Believe me, I understand. Friends who support me and understand. I've weeded through a lot of them throughout the years for reasons that you guys can all relate to, so I don't even need to get into them. But the handful of golden ones, we'll call them, and all of you guys, the brand new ones, soul sisters that I've made throughout this process are with me, and I count my blessings that I have all of you guys and all of them to lean on in my close little circle. I'm so thankful for all of you, for all of them. Number 2, my health, my personal health and my family's health. This one, Adam and I actually both had the same one, and I didn't want to. Thank you, love. You're a blessing right back. You're a blessing to not only me, but to our whole entire community. And side note, if you guys didn't see my post everywhere, the website, the app, social media, and I sent emails thanking our volunteers, go read them. There's a link to who is a volunteer so you can thank them today too, and why we're so grateful for them. It's all in there. So I didn't want to double Adam's, but I figured that this one was so special and so important to me, is health. I think it's the only one that I doubled of his because I had a couple of scares a couple months ago. I was feeling some pain, and I had to get a whole bunch of imaging, a whole bunch of testing, and everything, thank God, turned out perfectly fine. But until your health is and Nikki, I know you can relate to this, when your health is dangled in front of you, you appreciate life that much more. Not only mine, but my mother has cancer, and it's big. It can be a double. Yes. And you guys, for anybody that doesn't know, Nikki's, I'm not going to get into her personal issues, but she's really fighting some health problems, and she is literally a shining star. She is amazing, and she's an inspiration to me every day because she fights like a rock star, like a champ every single day. So also, my mother had a very bad scare recently. Her tumor marker numbers jumped through the roof, so she had to get a whole bunch of testing. Again, imaging, PET scans, CAT scans, you name it. And thank God it was a false positive when she got the tests done. I love you too, sweetheart. And so, hi, Teresa. And so she's fine. So when your health and the health of your loved ones is dangled in front of them, in front of you, and their mortality basically is dangled in front of your face, it makes you so grateful for being healthy and for them being healthy. Or for, like, my mom and for Nikki and for a few other people that are on here thriving while you're fighting and surviving an illness and basically kicking its ass. Hi, Sarah. Happy Thanksgiving, love. I didn't say happy Thanksgiving to Teresa because you're in Canada, right? So I think your Thanksgiving was a couple weeks ago. So I'll wish you happy Thanksgiving a little bit late. Number 3 for me, unconditional love. And you guys who are all here can relate and have experienced this. And basically along with that, I wanted to make sure that I included loyalty and trust, but I lumped those all together because, thank you, sweetie, because I think those all go together. So my relationships of the past have all been with cheaters, liars, people who just weren't good-hearted, good-souled people, or maybe I just wasn't the person for them and that wasn't the relationship for them, and they're probably in, I don't keep in touch with any of them, but they're probably in relationships that brought out the best in them, but at the time they weren't good for either one of us. So when you find that and you appreciate, when you find that and you can cultivate that, you learn to appreciate it that much more when you haven't had that in your past. And like I said, if you're watching this video, you're one of those people. So I'm so grateful for that. And that's something that I don't ever want any of us to take for granted, because it's a feeling, yes, we're going through a struggle right now, but it's a feeling that the majority of human beings will not experience in a whole entire lifetime. And we've been blessed with that. Although we're going through a tumultuous time right now, we've been blessed to actually experience that. Number 4, this one's a little bit silly, but for Wi-Fi, it's another one. When you don't have it, you don't realize how much you rely on it and how much you need it, especially a fast Wi-Fi connection. Hi, Lauren. And so I don't have Wi-Fi at my desk at work. I don't have, oftentimes when I'm in hotels, visiting and doing whatever I have to do when I travel, it's hard to get a Wi-Fi connection and you don't realize how much you rely on it. Lauren, you guys just texted me. She's from Florida. She's visiting Spencer in Virginia. We were talking on the phone last week. We were so... Hi. I'm making a video.
Of what?
Of me.
Doing what?
Saying Happy Thanksgiving.
You were in Virginia last week? That's how you make this video?
No, I'm not talking about me being in Virginia last week.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sorry guys. So Virginia, oh my gosh, Lauren is in Virginia and she just texted me because we were so concerned that it was going to be 35 and she's not used to that weather. So, it's 65 today. Yes. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving, babe. Next one. This one's kind of bittersweet. It's work. I guess bittersweet's the wrong word. But as much as I don't love my job at the moment, I am afforded so much flexibility there, so many vacation days. So I don't necessarily love the work I do. I don't necessarily always love the people that I work with, but I am very, very grateful for having that job and everything that comes along with it. Number 6, living so close to my nieces and my nephews. Hi, Joe. So I don't have any kids of my own, but I absolutely adore all of those little ones. And being so close to them is kind of like a taste of motherhood for me. So I totally appreciate them while I still have the freedom of giving them back when they get cranky, sick, have tantrums, etc., etc. And I'm grateful for that. Okay. Number 7, sisters. My world would be very lonely and dull without my sisters. So, and I mean that my blood sisters and also all of my extended sisters. And the bond of sisterhood that we have and the way that we're able to sister one another. And you guys, if you didn't see my Periscope about sistering, go back and find it and watch it. I don't know that sistering is in the title. I can't remember, but I'll find it for you guys and I'll let you know. It's a really interesting phenomenon what sistering's actually called and what it means. And it basically means to support somebody on the left and support somebody on the right. So everybody is supporting one another. It's a term that they use in construction, believe it or not, but it's a perfect analogy for what women in a sisterhood do to one another, for one another. Okay, number 8. Good hotels with strong Wi-Fi connections and good continental breakfasts, and those are a big fat bonus. But this started because when I was in Washington, D.C. last week, I had a meeting at 2 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon. Well, that unfortunately got canceled. One of the people couldn't make it, so I was tasked with finding a place for breakfast the next morning at 9:30. However, I had to have somebody at the airport by 11. So I don't know any places there, and I Googled it, but you don't know. Lauren can attest to this, speaking of Lauren in Virginia, what the traffic's going to be like there. It's horrible. They told me when I got there that traffic is constant between, or always, except for between like a certain time, between 1 something and 2:45 in the afternoon. Otherwise, it's complete. It was ridiculous last night. I can only imagine what it was like during Thanksgiving week, or the night before Thanksgiving, because when I was down there a week ago, it was horrible. So point is, I asked at the front desk, how can I, where can I go to breakfast that I can get there in rush hour traffic, but I could also get to the airport in time, have enough time for our meeting, etc. And the 2 girls at the front desk offered places. Not only did they offer places, they told me how many miles away they are. Not only did they do that, they literally picked up the phone and called the places, made sure they were driving distance from the airport, made sure that they served breakfast, made sure that we would each be able to get there within the right amount of time and get to the airport within the right amount of time. It was so helpful, and I was so grateful for them. I actually asked them for their names, and I left them the best review because it was that helpful. But the point is, because I'm on the road so much, good hotels that make you feel safe with chain locks on the door, or like the really good locks, and so you don't have to sleep with mace within like an arm's distance away, with good Wi-Fi connection, because last time you guys would know what happened, and also good continental breakfast. Not really that I ever eat it. I think in all the hotels that I've stayed in the past year, I've been to 1 continental breakfast. That's because somebody was with me. Okay, number 9. SPWF Volunteers. So I beat myself to the punch when JoJo hopped on, but without our volunteers, we would not be where we are today. Completely, hands down. It's just, this organization long outgrew me doing it all by myself. So every single one of them deserves a shout out. Honestly, they deserve a shout out by name. I just don't have the list in front of me, and I don't want to get like halfway through the list and forget people, because I want to make sure that each and every one of them understands how loved and how appreciative I am for all the work, all the unpaid work that they do. It takes a very, very special person to put in that many hours of their day just to help somebody and not get paid for it. So each and every one of them deserves a shout out. So if you go to the Start Here page on the website and you click on volunteers, you'll see a list. Unfortunately, at the moment, we just hired is the wrong word. I always say hired, but they're not staff. They're not getting paid. So we just added a whole bunch of volunteers to the team, and I haven't gotten their biographies yet. So a whole bunch of them, probably like a handful, 5 maybe. I know Mama's on here. She just came onto the team. I don't know who else. I didn't see who else was on here that just came onto the team. But so there are some people that aren't on there, but the bulk of us are on there at this point, and you can find them and you go say thank you. There's Lauren. She's one of our volunteers, but you guys know her. She's been around for a long time. Make sure that when you see them, either today or over the next couple days, that you really thank them, because without them, like I said, we'd not be up and running the way that we are. And number 10, save the best for last. You ready? I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for this past year especially has been so much fun for me to interact with you, for us to help each other and support each other in real time. I will be totally candid with you. There was a point where this whole nonprofit and everything was weighing on me very heavily. There were a few times actually that I really seriously contemplated shutting it down. I can think of 3 specifically, if not a handful, that I was very, very close to shutting it all down because it was turning into a burden emotionally and financially. It just wasn't fun for me anymore. So once Periscope came about, once all the live video platforms came about, it actually reignited something inside of me, because there's just something in interacting with each other. It's almost tangible, even though it's not, on a personal level like this, face-to-face interaction with the comments up the side of the screen, that lights me up and it helps me help you, if that makes sense. So I guess that's a good metaphor for everything going on with your life. There's going to be times where you just feel like you want to throw in the towel and give it all up. But there's also going to be something inside of you way down in your gut when you're like, I know this is hard, but I'm just not. I can't. It's bigger than me. I just can't let it go. I just can't give up. I just have to keep going because, again, it's bigger than me. So just wait, because there's something around the corner that's going to break the monotony. There's something around the corner that's going to reignite all of the everything that you enjoyed about it. It's going to make it fun again. It's going to help you continue to press forward. So take that and use that metaphor for anything, any area in your life. And that's going to help you press on and push through and persevere through the ugly times. And then you'll get to these times and they'll make you grateful for putting up with it. So bringing it all back to Thanksgiving, they'll make you thankful for being able to stay strong through the hard times and push through. Okay, now that we got through my list, we've got the better list. So this one is from Adam, and he said, here's my top 10 things I'm most grateful for in 2016. Give me hearts for him, because I'm going to be honest. You guys hear from me every day. How often do you hear from him? If you're more excited for his list than mine, heart it up. I am. I'm not going to lie. If I could heart myself, I would. Because it wouldn't be myself. It would be for him. Anyway. Sorry, guys. Number one, good health. I'm not only grateful for my own health, but I'm also grateful for the good health of all of my loved ones. Despite a few scares with my family members earlier in the year, we're all doing well right now. So that's the one that I didn't steal it, but we both kind of had the same one. Number two, visits. I've been incredibly fortunate to have quite a few visits throughout the year. You don't realize how much it means to physically embrace the ones you love until you have them right there in your arms, especially when it's been a while. It's been a while. Number three, resilience. That's probably my favorite character trait of his. The challenges I've encountered and overcome this past year have only made me stronger and more determined than ever. No matter how many times I push back or shut down, I simply refuse to give up. My strength has been multiplied by my experiences. Wow, take that quote, write it down, because that's not just for him, that's for anybody. Like I was saying about persevering before, my strength has been multiplied by my experiences. We can all say the same thing. Love that line. Number four, my clemency petition. Way back on April 3rd, 2014, I love that he remembers that date, I asked one of my classes to coach me on requesting clemency from President Obama before he left in 2016. I left the group that day with a laminated card that I keep in my pocket as a reminder of the commitment to work toward that goal every single day. I'm getting chills. The card is still in my pocket today, even though we filed my petition back in May. Included therein were numerous letters of love and support, validating all my efforts over the years, which I intend to eventually frame and hang on the walls of our office. And that kind of gives me hope because, oh God, I'm going to try to say this without getting emotional, but I was starting to lose hope last week, as you guys, some of you who I've spoken to know, and also I think I kind of said it in a video, but 2016 isn't over, and my dear friend Malik always tells me it's not over until it's over. So I'm so glad that card is still there. Number five, trust. I guess we kind of doubled this one too. I didn't mean to. Most people generally take trust that's routinely placed in them by their peers, superiors, and loved ones for granted. But that's not a luxury I'm afforded in this environment. The trust I've established has been hard-earned and is greatly appreciated. It's also why I was afforded and able to capitalize on so many unique opportunities this year. Tongue twister for me. I hope you guys got it. Number six, public words of appreciation. A number of times throughout the year, I found myself in a position where someone was publicly thanking me for something I had done. And although it made me a bit uncomfortable in the moment, I was greatly appreciative. Number seven, opportunities. Throughout the year, I was given numerous opportunities to learn, share, and lead. Those experiences left me with a profound sense of fulfillment as I sit here and reflect upon them all. I realize how fortunate I am to be living my life's purpose, even while still residing where I am. How many people in the free world can claim to feel the same? Wow. Number 8. Single cell. For the last few months, I've had every square inch of cell number 102 all to myself, and that's given me an opportunity to finally relax, reflect, refocus, and envision the future I want for myself and for my loved ones. Living in an environment where space is such a precious commodity, having 9 feet by 11 feet all to yourself can be a life transforming experience. The little things that we all take for granted, right? Number 9, egg crate. This may sound silly, but I'm completely serious. What's an egg crate, you ask, right? Because I did it first. The egg crate padding on my bed nearly doubles the size of my sleeping pad from 3 inches to 6 inches and has given countless added hours of deep sleep, especially since I've been living single. Number 10, texting service. I don't know who came up with the idea, but it was ingenious. I'm still grateful for Corling's emails because I vividly recall what life was like before we had them, but texting has allowed me to stay better connected to all my loved ones in this year, and that's always going to be a top priority in my life. And he added a bonus gratitude. I'm also grateful in advance for all the gifts we're going to receive in the year ahead, both big and small. And I love that list, you guys. I love it because I love it, but I also love it because it's very interesting that the one that I got probably 5 or 6 years ago that I've literally been reading every single year because I've never thought to ask for another one was more tangible things such as a hot shower, because for a long time there wasn't hot water there, which you can only imagine what it's like to shower in freezing cold water that takes your breath away when it's negative degrees. Or, for I don't remember what it was, but they were all kind of physical. And this one I love because they're a little bit more emotional. They're a little bit more spiritual. They're a little bit more profound, for lack of a better word. So it just shows again how far that we've all come and grown over that length of time. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be grateful for those things like a hot shower and warm food and, et cetera, but I'm just saying that makes me even more thankful that I can see the development that's taken place throughout that time. And that's something that I should probably touch upon in another video, another time, to help you guys that have a really long time to go. So I know, you guys, that holidays can be hard, but I just am here to remind you that the first one, I promise you, is always the hardest. I know Nikki said that she wanted to talk about that and she had to run, I think she said, and she had to keep cooking, but I don't know how many of you guys are here that it's your first year, but I could tell you it never, ever, ever, ever gets easy. So don't listen to somebody that says it gets easy, but I promise you that it really does get easier. You get more used to it. So my very first holiday was Easter, and I remember my sister was hosting, and she found me in my nephew's bed crying hysterically, and she was like, she didn't know what to do with me. So that's how it probably was that whole set of holidays that year. But I could tell, and for many, but I could tell you, like this morning, I got up at 7 o'clock. I met my best friend and her kids. We ran a turkey trot 5K, and we had a blast. I didn't do that for years. I probably years ago would have been like, no, I don't want to. I just want to stay home, blah, blah, blah. So the point is, remember that it is our time to enjoy what you do have, to be grateful for what is there with you right now, to be grateful for the experiences you are in the very moment. I learned a very awesome lesson just last week, and it's this: when you start getting tripped up and lost in that anxiety of everything that you could possibly be thinking in your head right now, you're not living in the moment. You're worried about something that's happening or that could potentially happen in the future, or you're stuck on something that's already happened in the past. If you can get your brain to focus on exactly what's happening right in the very moment, you're key. There's no such thing as anxiety in that place. So that's something that I shared in a video that will be made public to the whole entire membership, because you guys know I do monthly videos for the premium members. Monthly videos for the premium members every month is what I was going to say. I do a special video for the premium members monthly. How's that? A little better? But because it's the holidays, and because I'm grateful for you guys, and because you give gifts at the holidays, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share that with the whole entire membership. And the reason I'm telling you that right now is because what I discuss in there is are more tips on how to get through the pain of the holidays when you don't have your loved ones there. So look out for that within the next couple of weeks. You guys have a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving. Sorry that it got kind of longer than I expected it to, but this is me. You guys know how that goes. So make sure that you're enjoying yourselves. Make sure that you're living and being grateful for every second in the moment while you're living it, and have a wonderful day. Don't forget that I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I'm grateful for all of those hearts. My makeup is perfect. Thank you. Because I have on this just like very light natural tinted moisturizer. So I love that you said that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys, I absolutely will. Thanks, Mama. And back at you. Please give my love and the love of all of your, on behalf of all of your SPWF sisters, to your loved ones as well. Keep staying strong, keep loving strong, keep supporting one another through this journey, because you're one day closer to all being behind you. Lots of love from my heart to yours. I will see you ladies in the next one. Bye. Uh-oh. I love you too. I'm so happy it's warm for you there. Come on. This gives me more time to be grateful for all the hearts that you're giving me while I'm trying to stop this broadcast. There we go. Okay, let's try again. What's happening? Whoever has the blue hearts, I'm obsessed with you. Oh, that's Lauren. Guys. All right, I'm going to have to force stop the app. I love you guys.